Okay, so tonight I would like to speak about something that I read in this book, Spirit of Talk Talk. I already talked about this book several times in my videos, and well, I bought it, so I'm reading it, you know. What's the point to have a book if we don't read it? So I read it, and I read something a few weeks ago, and I didn't pay attention to that so much, but it was coming back in my mind all the time, and I started wondering if I shouldn't talk about it. It seemed not very interesting in the first place, but actually I think it interests me because I feel concerned, not concerned, that is the French word. It is related to my own situation, background, and family related, I would say, and also for what it is. Okay, I'm going to tell you it's much simpler. Okay, so it's on page 73. It's something that Tim Friese-Greene said in an interview. So I'm going to read you exactly what it is about. So, and as Tim Friese-Greene has told Jim Irvin, to anyone who knew him, he's talking about Mark Hollis. So, to anyone who knew Mark Hollis at all, the idea of Mark being on stage in front of thousands of people seems like an idiotic precept. It seems so unsuited to his personality, given that he hates revealing anything of his true self. So, I was very surprised that Tim Friese-Greene says something like that, especially about a person who toured so much. He made, Talk Talk made, I think, I know 2 tours, but they probably made more than that. And when I say tour, it's almost, it's during several months, almost a year. And it's kind of 6 days on 7 in a week. It was very intense. It's not like if they were touring here and there sometimes. No, it's very the big tour, you know, international, everywhere. So I was surprised that Tim Friese-Greene says something like that, because I never had the feeling when I was watching Mark Hollis on stage that it was not suitable for him. I know that Mark Hollis has the reputation of being really very shy in person, in private, I mean around people but not on stage. But if you look at the tour in 1984, for example,
Thank you very much.
it's my life, don't you forget. Or even sooner, at the very beginning, when he was doing small concert with a small audience. He seems rather comfortable on stage. You can be very shy in private around people who are close to you, and still be comfortable on stage. I will give you an example. In France, we have an artist who has the reputation to be a champion on stage. And I confirm, because I saw him on stage several times when I was younger. It's Johnny Hallyday. He's a very famous French singer. He actually lives in Los Angeles, but he's French. And Johnny Hallyday on stage, it's amazing. I don't like all his musics, especially the most recent musics. I'm not really interested in that. I'm more interested in what he did at the very beginning when he was younger. But on stage, if you have the opportunity to go to see Johnny Hallyday on stage, go. Because it's like the Mick Jagger, the French Mick Jagger. He jumps everywhere. He's very comfortable on stage. But I can tell you, he's very shy when we meet him. I met him once, He's a very shy person. So it's not because you are shy in your usual life that you are automatically not suitable for the stage, or that it's something which doesn't fit with you. It's two things completely different, because on stage it's like if you are not the same person anymore. Stage for me was not suitable. When I was younger, I had the opportunity to sing in front of people. It was awful. It was awful for me. Not awful for the people loved it, but I was feeling so uncomfortable. It was really not my comfort zone to be on stage. And still then, later I had to make art and craft demonstration in front of a lot of people. I had many occasions to do some craft or even to talk in front of a lot of people. It was not a problem for me, but singing in front of a lot of people, that is another story. Why? Because I was more comfortable talking or making craft in front of people, because I knew what I was talking about. I was comfortable in my field. So the fact that there were some people, well, of course it makes you a little nervous, but once you are in your subject, you forget the people and you do what you have to do. Singing in front of a lot of people, that is another story, because I'm not so comfortable in singing. I think that I don't sing good enough. Maybe if I had been more comfortable in singing, probably I would have been more comfortable in front of the people. Hollis sings really well. He knows how to move, he knows how to sing, he knows what to say on stage.
I'm getting so good at playing this thing, I'm not even going to plug it in tonight. This is the title track of our new album. It's called It's My Life.
I will show you different things that I found. You will see that he's able to talk in front of people.
Hello, how are you? All right. My name is Mark Hollis and I'm the singer. Talk, thank you.
And it doesn't look stupid. He's able to sing really well. He's rather good looking. It's not like if we were saying, oh, he's ugly, I don't want to see that, you know. No, he's rather cute, so I don't see what is the problem. I'm very surprised that Friese-Greene said something like that, because Hollis can be very shy, very private, very outside of the music industry, even not liking so much talking with the fans or with the audience. It's possible he wants to protect his family life, and still be quite great on stage. It's two things completely different. I grew up in a family where my parents, more exactly my mother, was going on stage all the time. She is a person who was made to be on stage. What is it? What is it to be suitable for the stage? What is it? Do you think that some people are suitable for the stage and some other people are not? I think it's something that we learn. When I started doing demonstrations, art and craft demonstrations in front of people, of course at the beginning I was not comfortable at all. It was very difficult for me to speak and to make something in the same time, to make craft in the same time. But we get used to it. At a point I was used to it. At the point when I stopped that after 6.5 years, I had difficulties not to talk while making craft. So I think that being on stage or being in front of people, talking in front of people, doing some craft, singing, whatever it is, It's something that you learn. I don't think that there are some people who are suitable and some people who are not. Of course, if you are shy by a sick way, or if you are agoraphobic, I don't know how we say, if you don't bear seeing people, then it's another problem, then you have to be cured. But I mean, in a normal situation, being on stage is something that we learn, and maybe we don't enjoy, but we do because we have to do it. And some people are better than others, of course. My mother was made to be on stage, really made. But doesn't mean that she loved being on stage because of her art or because of her music. No, I think that she liked being watched and being the center of the attention. Some people are like that. In the case of Mark Hollis, I don't think that he liked being the center of the attention. If it was the case, we would still see him now. But I think that he was going on stage to express his music, and music, it's what he wanted to do. So he did it. He went on stage, he made tours, and he did it really well. Because when you see him on stage, it's not a joke, you know, it's really, really good. The musicians are good, the music is excellent, he is really, really good, and there is nothing to say about the quality of the stage. I really regret that I never saw a concert in person, but fortunately, thanks to internet, I had the opportunity to see concerts on the net. Of course, it's not the same thing, but I can see that the quality is there. My ex-husband went to see Top Talk in Paris in 1986. He told me it was amazing. Do you think that we say of a concert that it's amazing if the person is not suitable for the stage? I don't think so. But there is still something that I would like to say about that. Let's say we consider that Friese-Greene is right and that Mark Hollis was not made to be on stage. I want to say when. Because at the beginning it was his place. If you see photos on this book, especially one, yes, look at this photo. I don't know if you managed to see him. You know, I think that is someone who knows how to express himself on stage. At the very beginning, I think he was very comfortable on stage, and he seemed to be really good. I never had that in mind, thinking it's, you know, I think that the audience would feel it if he was uncomfortable. People would be uncomfortable too, and it would be kind of awkward, you know. It doesn't seem to be the case. If you look at the tour in 1984, it's so fun. It's my life, don't you forget. He seems to have so much fun on stage, and the musicians too, and it shows, you know, and we can feel it, and it's a lot of love, a lot given to the audience, a lot. But I would say, if I had to say that Friese-Greene is right, I would say that in the tour in 1986, it's when I start feeling a little awkward by watching the tour. The musicians are excellent. The music is amazing as usually with Talk Talk. He sings, Mark Hollis sings even better than before. The voice is amazing. It's really good, really good. But if you watch live in Montreux, I have the DVD. It hurts me when I watch this concert. That's why I almost never watch it, because Mark Hollis doesn't seem happy to be on stage. He doesn't seem to be. He seems to be in his mind somewhere else. He doesn't seem to enjoy the stage. He told in an interview that he had to drink alcohol to go on stage because otherwise he couldn't handle it. So why I don't know. It's very difficult for me to believe that someone who was so comfortable before on stage, suddenly stage is not suitable for him anymore. I think that he was going through something, probably. Or he got married at that period, so maybe he didn't want to be far from his wife. That's a possibility, but you know, I don't think that it's only that. Then he had a child, so he stopped the tour saying that he wanted to be close to his family, to his children, and also because the new albums like Spirit of Eden or Laughing Stock, it was impossible to play on stage. So that was the reason why he didn't continue the tours, but it was more than that. He was not doing as many interviews. We didn't see him as much as before. He basically stopped little by little his career. So I want to say that he was probably going through something. Through what? I'm not in Mark Hollis' mind, and it's certainly not my place to talk for him. I mean, I don't know him personally, and even if I did, I won't certainly talk about things like that, which are probably very private. Probably he had private reasons not to want to be on stage anymore. I also think that they made him tour. I mean, when I say they, the record companies made him, the record company, because it was EMI, made him tour too much. They exhausted him. So I think that the exhaustion plus maybe private reasons made him want to stop the tours. You know, I can't stop thinking of Jim Morrison when he started the tours, or the concert, even the concert at the Whiskey A Go Go or in Los Angeles or things like that, which it's not a big place to play. He was not facing the audience. He was showing his back because he was so shy. And you saw Jim Morrison at the end of his career, how he was on stage. So it's really something that we learn. Unfortunately, he was really drinking too much, maybe to be able to go on stage. Maybe at a point it's something that exhausts you so much that you can't continue. I don't know. I never toured enough to be able to tell you that. All what I can tell you is that my mother toured so much that she had a brain stroke and she had to stop. So it means that it must be really very, very tiring. She's okay now, but she's not able to tour anymore. Anyway, she's not young anymore. So even if we consider her age, it would be crazy to imagine her on stage now. It's probably that tours, concerts must really drain people, must really exhaust them. And then if you add on that personal or private reasons, it can't work anymore. But I certainly don't think that Hollis was not made to be on stage. He was so amazing on stage, we can say that, but maybe Tim Friese-Greene is not made to be on stage. Maybe Tim Friese-Greene is projecting his own feeling on Hollis. Or maybe Tim Friese-Greene never said that exactly, and the way it's reported here, it's not completely right. You know, we never know with the journalists if they are honest or not, if they don't transform what has been said. So I have no reason to be mad at Tim Friese-Greene. I don't know Tim Friese-Greene, and you know, I'm not here to make gossip and say, Tim Friese-Greene said that and this and how awful. No, it's just that I was wondering, when I read that, I couldn't believe it, because how can we say that of Hollis? He made so many tours, he made so many concerts, and people were enchanted by the concerts, so it's impossible to say that he was not made for that. And what it is, being made or being suitable to the stage, is there a definition on that? And then I was wondering for myself, didn't I do my career in music because I was not suitable on stage? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. It's very difficult to say what is true, what is not. I really don't think that people are suitable and others are not suitable. I think that it's something that we learn, and I think that some people are very comfortable from the very beginning and it's easier for them, yes, and some other people are less comfortable and it's going to be harder for them, but it doesn't mean that in the end it's not going to work. I mean, if you are a singer and you want to do a career, you have to find a way to go on stage and show yourself in front of people, of course. It was an interesting subject for me, maybe not for you, because you don't relate to that, maybe. It's very difficult also for me to speak for Hollis or to speak for Tim Friese-Greene, because I don't know them. It's just that for a reader who reads this, I am just a reader who reads a book, and I read that and I'm like, what? I don't understand what he's trying to say. And you know, sometimes people are very in a good mood and they can talk easily with people.
This theater is good for your music. Oui, c'est un théâtre comme celui-ci, c'est un de ses endroits favoris pour un concert.
And they can sing easily on stage, and in other periods, for whatever reason, they are not like that anymore.
This guy's awful, you know. Mama.
You know, doing a tour, it means being away from home during a very long time. Give it up, give it up. I didn't do tours myself, but I followed my mother when I was a child, and we had to find a house, a place to crash near the concerts. Usually we were going to Cassis in the south of France, or sometimes it was Aix-en-Provence, because it's a little more north but still rather to the south of France, and it was close to wherever she was going, but it was impossible to make me as a child going to every concert, so I was going with my grandparents only to the concerts which were close to where we were at that moment. But my mother was not touring, was not doing concerts 6 days on 7. In a week she was maybe doing 3 or 4 concerts, and that was all, so she could rest the other days. 6 nights on 7, it's crazy. It's really crazy. So I just think that Hollis exhausted his potential to continue the tours, that he had reasons to change his career. at a point, and change is a word who comes back all the time with Marcolis, so he had to change something. The kind of person who doesn't like repetition, who doesn't want to be bored, and who makes his art with passion or not at all. That's it. I think that when you are excited by something, you do it, and when it's less exciting, you prefer not doing it rather than doing it badly, probably. In life's what you make it, he says, yesterday's favorite, don't you hate it. Probably he was loving the tours at the beginning, hating them at the end. It's as simple as that, I think.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good night. God bless. Good night.
Okay, so I will stop here. I hope you liked my video. If you did, please give a thumb up. It would really help me, chiefly because I will know that you appreciate this kind of videos. Secondly, if you want to comment, please do. If you have any information to add to that, or even if you don't agree with me, please do comment, as long as it's nice, of course. I mean, you can say something mean, but by a very nice way. And if you want to subscribe, I make mostly videos about art, music, especially Marcolis and Tok Tok, and also craft. So if you are interested, and if you don't want to miss one video, you can subscribe. It would be very nice too. Thank you. Anyway, thank you very much for watching my video until the end, and I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.